Well, hey there, everybody. It's Nancy Fox, the Career Fox, with another session helping you create a prosperous career doing what you love. Now, today's going to be all about how to survive and even overcome the blues after a job loss and how to turn that pink slip sadness into brand new opportunity. I'm going to be giving you 3 essential steps for how you can speed up getting over that pink slip sadness and get you onto the path for much happier career results. Now, so let me tell them, I want to start today with my own story since it really is a perfect example about what I'm going to share with you. So I had a long corporate career and I pretty much achieved everything I wanted in that corporate career. I got to the VP level. That's what I wanted in the division that I wanted. But I found out something shocking. When I got there, I wasn't happy at all. In fact, I wasn't any happier than before I was promoted to VP. And in fact, I was pretty miserable other than the paycheck. But that didn't make me stop hating going into the office and counting the minutes until I could escape into my real life. And Sunday nights were a real drag, you know what I mean? And then you got to be careful what you wish for because all of a sudden they let me go. You see, they lost confidence in me because they started to see that my heart wasn't in it and it was visible to everybody. So on the one hand, I was completely relieved, but on the other hand, I was terrified. I didn't have the paycheck. I didn't have my title to hide behind anymore. And worse, I was ashamed that they found me undesirable and lacking. And now my confidence took a real hit. So I started to question my real value. And I knew that if I started writing a resume with all these limiting beliefs in the background, it wasn't going to be a really good idea. I was going to make a pretty big mess of it. And that's when I wised up. I started to look inward to what I really wanted, to find the areas that I brought real value. I took a really deep soul searching look at my purpose and my passions, and most of all, my true gifts and my true talents. Now, I didn't figure out that I should do this really deep inner search all on my own. No, I wasn't that wise. I sought out some really smart career coaches and advisors. And because they were impartial, they could see my blind spots. And working with them, I created a very, very, very solid career action plan. Now, I'm going to be telling you more about this unique action plan in some upcoming videos. But for now, just know this. I found myself at this really major crossroads in my career. And at first, I sat on my couch and wallowed like most people. And ordinarily, I would have done the typical thing. I would have just jumped right back in and got in the saddle and started writing my resume without a second thought. But then I realized that I could stop making what happened to me mean something that was lacking in me and see it as a huge door opening to something way bigger, way more powerful, and way better for me. And that was the beginning of my realization that coaching and mentoring would be my next career path. But here's the point I want to make to you. I took 3 very important steps that I want to share with you that made a huge difference. And I think that if you take these steps, it's going to make a very huge difference in your career as well. And especially as you're working to overcome this really deep sadness and anxiety over job loss. So number 1, the first thing is to recognize that your job loss is not personal. So don't take it that way. I know you could probably make a good case for it being personal, but honestly, the people who let you go have their own insecurities, their own agenda, and their own poor decision-making flaws. And it's fine to take some stock about how you might have contributed to some of the things that ended your job. But in the end, at the end of the day, your job loss is truly an opportunity for you to play bigger and to play better. And the faster you see this as a learning lesson and a life lesson, the faster you're going to get some exciting prosperity coming your way. Step number 2 is you've got to look deeply inside yourself, look inward for the answers, for your purpose, your vision, your dreams, and most importantly, the gifts and talents that you've been given as your vehicle for moving forward in the most powerful way. Now, I know that very often, we've spent so much time just being in reaction mode, just sort of getting by in our jobs that we hardly ever have time to dream. Or if we do, we give it like a half a second and then we're on to the next distraction. But the truth is, this is a perfect time for you to really get in touch with what are your dreams and what will the next chapter in your career, what should it be? Because your next chapter should be as fulfilling, as well as fun, as well as financially very fruitful and very prosperous. And I'm telling you that even in difficult times like these, there is immense opportunity out there if you choose to see it. Don't listen to the naysayers. And step 3, start creating a career action plan. This having a very specific, tangible plan will help you to focus on what's next versus just staying on the pity pot. It will give you a sense of being productive, and that's very, very important right now. Being productive is very, very critical for you. It also will help you direct your daily actions. And whether it's a job search or if you decide to go off on your own, you need clarity about, if you want to have helping people out, your connections refer you to maybe job opportunities or even client opportunities, you need to be very clear, because they will not be able to be good referral sources for you. If you don't know where you're going, they're not going to be able to know who to refer to, to people to you. So it's really critical that you get very clear about this. It's important that you get clear about the kind of business that you really want to start. It's important to get clear about the best job opportunity that is the right direction for you. That's what's going to give you the greatest chance for success, because if you don't know what you want or where you're going specifically, nobody's going to be able to guide any opportunity to you, and you'll be missing out on huge, huge, huge potential opportunities. And you want to be able to be very clear with people so they know exactly how to connect you with the right people. A plan is going to shine a light on where you want to go and how to get there. Now, let me give you one more example of how my client Rochelle overcame obsessing over her job loss and went on to an amazing new career. Rochelle lost her job as a sales rep in a corporate training company. And, salespeople have pretty sensitive egos, but when she and I went to work together, I helped her break free of seeing that her job loss was a personal thing. I helped her see that it was not a black mark against her. And when she was able to shift her mindset, you know what? She started to see completely different opportunities that were possible for her. And that's when she turned her job loss into a thriving sales training and coaching company. Now, at first, she was pretty terrified because she's pretty risk averse about not having, she's really nervous about not having this paycheck. But then I taught her how to transform her mindset. And she not only let go of her upset around the job loss, she was able to soar, and she earned way more money in her business than she ever earned in her job. So she never would have been able to accomplish that if she hadn't really lost her job. Now, I'm not saying that going into your own business is the only avenue for you. For her, it happened to be right. She never saw herself as the entrepreneurial type. It really was in her all along. She just never saw it. But the truth is that until you really start to see what is holding you back, where you're getting in your own way, and try to create that really deep dive look at yourself and then create your action plan, you're never going to really know which is the better direction for you. Now, folks, listen, I've had clients who have held on to the disappointment and upset of a job loss, not just for months, but for years. It doesn't have to be that way, and it shouldn't be that way. The more you hold on to the old, the smaller your life will be, the smaller your results will be. Let go so you can really, really grow. Now, if you want more tips on how to create a prosperous career doing what you love, I'm thrilled because I'm going to be leaving a link to my free workshop, Career Change Mastery, how to make a prosperous career change even in crazy times like this. It will be a massive eye opener for you. And I have a special gift for those of you who stay to the end of that workshop. So make sure you stick around to the very, very end. I promise you it's going to be worth your time, and it's free. So you got nothing to lose. Okay, folks, so it's Nancy Fox, the Career Fox. And don't forget, if you liked what you learned here today, please hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be sharing lots of new videos on valuable strategies for making highly lucrative career changes at any age, doing what you love. And definitely hit me up with any questions so I can cover exactly what you most want to know about. All right. All right, you guys, Nancy Fox, the Career Fox, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.